Is veganism the perfect diet, or can we make it better? I think we can make it a lot better. Check this out. I have the ways to make veganism great again. Boom! Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, CEO, MTS, nutrition, veganism. Now, I'm not going to go over if it's healthier than another diet. I'm not going to go over if it's the best diet, the worst diet. I'm not going to go over if the China study's for real, if it's been refuted a few times and discredited. That's not the point of this. Veganism, as I've said all along, despite some potential dietary downfalls, is an extremely ethical diet to be on, between environmental pollutants and between, well, the fact that I love animals, I don't like killing animals. Veganism is a very great way to live. In fact, for 90% of my diet, I am a pescatarian. A pescatarian is essentially a vegetarian, a type of vegetarians, except I eat fish. Now, an argument of pescatarianism is that fish literally do not feel pain. We can argue that all day long. They have data on it, whatever. They have little pea-sized brains, and basically you can kill them and beat the shit out of them and they don't care. So I eat wild fish. Other than that, I'm pretty much a vegetarian. I have dairy with my MTS whey. And, you know, I'll have egg whites. So I'm not eating for the most part. I will have it occasionally when I go out or I feel like it. I'm not doing it, you know, necessarily. I am cutting down on that kind of mass-produced meat. All my sustainable wild-caught salmon, stuff like that is what I eat. But again, I'm doing it mainly for health. I believe in the health benefits of fish. And I'm going to go over veganism. Now, veganism, tremendous. Tremendous for the environment, a tremendous act, a noble act, a very humanitarian act. So, the question I get is, I want to become a vegan. I get this question occasionally, maybe once a week. Thought I'd answer it here because a lot of vegans are probably thinking the same thing. My thought's always been, if I get one question, that means 100,000 people are thinking it, and I guess we'll find out with the views. All right? So, the question is, what sucks about veganism and how can I counter it? Well, I've compiled a little list I have right in front of me of what sucks about veganism and what you get over it. First of all, let's go over what you're lacking in your diet and how you can counter that. And, you know, a lot of vegans aren't really pro-supplement, but in my opinion, to make veganism work the best, you need to supplement, and I'll go into why. Okay, the thing is, there are severe vitamin deficiencies that are found with veganism that, because you're not eating meat and certain things like dairy, you're going to be deficient in. For example, let me give you what we're going to go over. A lack of vitamin B12, okay? Low protein. It's hard to eat enough protein when it's not concentrated. And also getting the adequate amount of amino acids to build muscle. Creatine, very low creatine levels. Creatine obviously is an energy reservoir in your cells, and it has been shown in studies that vegetarians are deficient in creatine. Carnosine is a protective against various degenerative processes in the body and protect against aging. Again, only found in animal foods. And of course, DHA, which is an omega-3 fatty acid found in fish oil. Now, to join me in this, I thought I'd bring Katie in. Katie, what's up? So here's the intro. So, how you doing? So you confirm, based on my body odor, my breath, and the way the house smells every day when I cook, that I am a pescatarian.
Yeah, he cooks salmon a lot.
So how do I taste? Never mind. So anyway, let's go over some. Now, you know a lot of vegans. You know some vegans. You have some vegan friends. You've talked to vegans. You've met a vegan, right?
I met a vegan.
Okay. Now, generally speaking, you know, vegans, I find when they don't supplement enough, they do have a different appearance which doesn't look as healthy. Like they're lacking in something. They don't have different, you know, the ones who are doing it right can be professional bodybuilders. I mean, they're naturally going to be lower in calories. They're not getting calorically dense beef. And we could also argue that the evolution of humans came from when we were able to kill meat and get that concentrated caloric source. You know what I mean? Like, brain needs calories to operate. And when you're gathering all day and you're not getting that concentrated form of energy, what's going to happen? You're going to be deficient. You're not going to develop as much. But when we allowed us to concentrate, we were able to hunt and gather and eat meat. Problem is now, and I'll say this, and my daughter even pointed out yesterday, people don't even get out of their goddamn car to get their Starbucks. Everything's drive-through. If there's ever a case to be a vegan based on caloric intake, ethics aside, but based on just limiting caloric intake, it's now. People don't move. They don't exercise. They're sedentary. People don't get any exercise. Like, I'm talking completely sedentary, Katie.
Yeah, I hear you.
Seeing if you need something to say, but I guess not. All right, so.
Veganism's not for me. That's what I have to say.
All right, so lack of B12 is one thing. That's simple. Cure that, supplements. Take B12 drops. There's B complex vitamins. That's number one. It's not as good as getting it from food source, but it's fine. Another thing is protein. So amino acids are essential for building muscle, maintaining lean mass, and also function in the body, right? So the thing is, with proteins, you can get them in a whole source from foods. Combining beans and rice, for example, tofu, soybeans, things like that. You know, that better than meat stuff I was telling you about pretty much tastes like chicken. The texture's a little bit off, obviously, because it's not chicken. There are vegan proteins. One is Pro Zero by HPN is a good one. I have one that I formulated called, it's made by Pervitum. That's vegan protein, and it has 3 sources to give you that complete amino acid range, which is smooth protein with clean cream. Smooth protein, which is from brown rice. Pea protein, along with the new protein no one really uses called Sacha Inchi. I'll link that down below. That's Pervitum. And also during training, if you want to really, we have, for example, our new machine fuel uses only vegan branched amino acids, which are derived from glucose. It's actually fermentation from glucose. It's pretty awesome. So there's that. So you can get the protein. So we've accomplished B12. We've accomplished protein. What you're going to see is that we can supplement and cure a lot of the ills of veganism, that the downsides of it. Mm-hmm. There's only one thing, and I'm going to get into that. Now, there are studies indicating that veganism does lead to lower testosterone, different hormonal levels. They did a study, a few studies on it. I can link them if you'd like. I'll just link a couple of them down below. The bottom line is that you're going to have issues without cholesterol and without saturated fat, without adequate fat, in getting that. And vegans argue that those are bad for you anyway. I'm not worried about that. So supplementing with a potential thing that could help your testosterone, like a D-aspartic acid, as you'd find in Barracuda that we make, that might help as well. Again, this is a supplement-heavy video, so don't think I'm just pimping, because you're literally supplementing your diet for what it's lacking from not intaking meat.
I mean, you need to be really educated if you're going to follow a vegan diet. Make sure you're not lacking.
Don't just go balls deep as a vegan right away before reading up. If you're a meat eater and you want to do it for ethical reasons, let's keep your health in mind too. And it is an overall healthier diet than the standard American diet. I don't think anybody's going to argue that it's not more healthy than a saturated fat, just normal American fried food diet. I'm not going to argue that. We're arguing good, healthy, clean diets versus veganism. You can debate all day long, but it's a step in the right direction for America. Okay. Another thing is, I went over creatine. Creatine is something, again, creatine provides ATP or energy for your body's muscles. So creatine is something you can supplement with. We have MTS Nutrition Creapure. Again, it's vegan. It's from a vegan source. It's 3 amino acids combined. Carnosine's another thing. Carnosine is protective against degenerative processes in the body, may protect against aging, only found in animal foods. We have one thing to increase carnosine levels in the body is beta-alanine. So beta-alanine is something you can supplement with. Again, MTS Nutrition has that. But again, beta-alanine is something you can look into. The one issue I have that we cannot get around, even though it's found in small amounts in algae, is DHA. In omega-3 fish oil, you're going to see DHA and EPA. I recommend people get 3 grams total of EPA and DHA a day.
If someone's a vegan, they won't take fish oil.
They cannot have fish oil because it's from fish. Because you're killing fish. You're killing sardines and krill and whatever. So a strict vegan will not have DHA in their diet. So here's the problem. You could say, well, I'm getting plenty of omega-3s from flaxseed oil and from other plant sources, whatever it is, right? Here's the problem. It's extremely inefficiently converted to DHA in the body. Like, you need an astronomical amount, so you're not going to get enough. So the only issue I see that veganism really lacks, the biggest issue, is the lack of DHA. And for that, I want you to question, like, I know you're vegan, and I don't know, instead of going for the label of I'm vegan, is the fish oil that you're intaking in supplement form or in, let's say, some fatty fish once a week, is it still you're still gonna be a vegan for everything but the fish, right? Like, is that just a little bit just from the pills that's so concentrated?
What are the long-term effects of being deficient in DHA?
DHA has so many things. It's been shown to even aid in depression. It's been shown to aid in treating depression. It's been shown to aid in dyslexia. DHA is the shit. It is the shit. DHA is great. So you can't get adequate DHA without supplementing with it. So my opinion is, if you're a vegan, think to yourself, do I really need this vegan label? Am I doing it to tell people I'm a vegan, or am I doing it for my overall health? If you're doing it for your overall health, I highly recommend a fish oil supplement.
Some people do it for religious reasons.
Religious reasons as well. So, you know, that's one thing you have to look at. If it's religious reasons, hey, you know what, God will take care of you in that case. So that's it for that. Okay, I'm going to put a couple links down below. I told you I'd link some studies on testosterone or hormone response and veganism compared to eating a meat-based diet. But that's pretty much it. What I'm looking at here is how can you make veganism better? And this is some ways. There's so many other things. I have so many offshoots of this video that'll help people out. Also some debating things like the China study, if it's even valid anymore. It's been refuted a couple times. There's so many things. But what I will say about veganism, strictly from just a societal standpoint, it's awesome. It's awesome because if you look at even I thought What the Health was an extremely propagandist film. You did as well. We had to turn it off. But I do think that showing that what it does, what our modern way of producing food to feed everybody does, is extremely messed up.
Yeah, the animal issues that go on where they're raised and...
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not humane in any way, and we need to find a way around that. However, I will say that looking at the positive side, I don't know if this is sustainable because it costs more, but you look at grass-fed cows, like if you go to the farm up the road, that cow looks pretty damn happy till the day it's slaughtered. You know, they beef it up and eats grass, has a good time. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Links down below. I'll have per vitamin, protein, and I'll have some studies on testosterone veganism. I'm Marc Lobliner alongside Katie Lobliner. And that's not a game.